time we make different candies, and it's just something we've always done. And this particular recipe for the brittle was one that takes a lot of time, and you had to use a candy thermometer and all that. When you made it in the stack cooker in the microwave, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So, and if you are on tonight and you're just watching, I hope you see that there are a couple of items that we're all using or utilizing in common, because these things can be used in so many ways in your kitchen. So if you needed a reason to order that stack cooker, besides being able to make a whole meal in 25 minutes, do a rotisserie chicken in 25 minutes, how about doing this brittle that I'm going to show you in just a couple of minutes. And I just used the 1 1/4 quart casserole out of my stack cooker. So the stack cooker can really handle a lot of heat, which is very, very helpful. The recipe that I'm using calls for a cup of sugar and a 1/2 cup of Karo syrup. Karo syrup looks like this. So this is a big one. You can buy it smaller, but when I found out how easy this was, I was like, I've got to have more. So this is what I use, is the large Karo. So 1 cup of sugar, and I think, Judy, you have this already because I pulled this off our website too. 1 cup of sugar and a 1/2 cup of Karo syrup. And now that had to go in the microwave for 4 minutes on high. Then you add your nuts, and she used peanuts. I am not a particular fan, so I have chosen to use almonds, or tonight I'm going to use walnuts. And again, here's something that you've seen Shauna use, you saw Judy use it, and it is it's something that is a non-negotiable in my kitchen. I absolutely love this, and so does my husband. We use it for all kinds of things, not just chopping, for making tuna salad, chicken salad, egg salad, and for cranberries. This revolutionized all my cranberry recipes, because when you have to sit down and chop a whole bag of cranberries, trust me, this thing will be your new best friend. But I want to just show you with the nuts. You need a cup of nuts, but I put them in here. Well, you don't want your top to come off like that. Sorry, I was just going to shake it because there always has to be some sort of a thing dust up there. All right, and I'm shaking it because when you do, the dust settles in the bottom and the larger pieces are on the top, so that the next time you pull it, you're not going to have all dust. It will, in fact, just chop those top pieces. So it didn't take much. Now all of the pieces are pretty well chopped and can easily be used in there, and I don't have a bunch of dust. There really are nice big chunks, so that when you make it into brittle, it will be, you'll be able to taste the nuts and enjoy that. So this is about to come out, in 13 seconds, and I'm going to pour the nuts in, and then the nuts have to go back in for another few minutes. So here they come. Let me just show you. The nice part too about using our stack cooker is that the handles, even though, can you see how bubbly that sugar is? I mean, that is bubbly sugar, but no matter how bubbly it is, I can pick it up by the handles. So I'm making sure I want to get all the larger pieces, not a bunch of dust in there. I think that's very important. And so, the little pieces that are kind of dusty, I'm going to leave those in the bottom. I'll save that for another recipe. Sometimes your cookies call for that. And now we'll give that a good stir. And this is going to go back in the microwave for a few minutes. Now, I'll give you a little hint on this in just a second. Let me put this back in. Originally, when I was doing this, I did this recipe at the end of a party. I was doing it, doing the live, and we were finishing up, and I thought, oh, this is so great. And I did not put I didn't do the second step quite long enough, because I wanted to be finished and, not have them wait around while my recipe was cooking. And that recipe was very tacky and chewy. It was not brittle and like brittle is supposed to be. So let me just say, you may have to switch it up for yourself a little bit, but it is very important that you cook it the amount of time you say, because if you don't, you will end up with something chewy and not very appetizing. It'll look nice, but it won't be great. So it's very important to cook it long enough because that's what makes it brittle. And here's the next thing that I use. If you don't have one of these, oh my goodness, this thing is the bomb. I use it for literally everything. When they say nothing sticks to our silicone mats, they are 100% right. Nothing sticks to this. So can you imagine, I mean, just think about this. This is cooked sugar and Karo syrup. Do you imagine how sticky that is going to be? It would be horrible getting it off. The last time I did this recipe before I learned this way, I would line a pan with 2 or 3 layers of aluminum foil so that I could pull it off and everything and it would not get stuck to my pan. Now I don't even worry about it. I put my little my little silicone mat right here on a cookie sheet and I'm ready to rock and roll. I cook all kinds of things on that. It is mine is taking a beating because it's another one of those things that I couldn't cook without it anymore. It's just an indispensable part of my kitchen. I've given them as gifts at Christmas time, and I get so many comments like, that thing really works. And it does. It's not lightweight. It really will last and span the test of time. So how long have we got here? Oh, 10 seconds. So the next round is about to come out. So after this, so now we put in our cup of sugar, a half a cup of corn syrup, a cup of nuts. And again, I didn't use the peanuts. You look at that again, I didn't use peanuts. I'm using walnuts with this. This layer, it calls for a tablespoon of butter, which I'm like Judy, I had it all done out, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So we're gonna, woo, can you hear that? It is really bubbling up in there, because it is hot, really hot. But the vanilla gives it such a nice flavor, and it turns it kind of an amber color. I don't know if you can tell through, but it's a nice amber color, but it has to go back in now for 1 more minute. And all of this timing is on high. So you don't wanna, like I said, skimp on the time or the power at all. Make sure that you have a good, solid, bubbling mess there, because that's what's going to give you the crack in the end. So I'm going to, it's just taking a second here. I'm going to get my pan ready, because the last thing that we add is a little bit of, you have to have a teaspoon of baking soda. Where did my teaspoon go? Okay, I had one, not to worry. I have a gazillion teaspoons. Yes. So I have so many, sorry, I don't know what maybe I washed it. Maybe that could be it. So you have to look at my incorrect color here. Yeah, I must have put it in the wash. Anyway, now that it's done, it's again, very bubbly, as you can see that, super, super bubbly. Now, we add a teaspoon of baking soda. Yes, baking soda, you wouldn't think, but that's what does it. Now, use our silicone spatula. Can you see the silicone spatula? Stir it in really well. It starts to incorporate beautifully. Looks amazing.
Tupperware Zoom.
Understand the reaction that happens because something amazing happens, and you just pour it out. Again, you've seen us use our silicone spatula more than once. Another indispensable part of what I have in my kitchen. I don't just have one. And you know, my original one was given to me 17, oh, Linda, putting it everywhere, 7 years ago. when Judy was my neighbor, and it was at Christmas time, and she gave us a silicone spatula because we were always challenged when we were making our fudge with having to deal with either a spoon that was metal, so it burned your hand and the heat transferred up, or a wooden spoon, which after a while would cramp your hand. And she gave us a silicone spatula. Nothing sticks to it, nothing. And we still have that one today. I don't know if I can even show you after all these years. Oh, it too, I'm sorry, used it earlier. No, there it is. Used it earlier. This one is ancient, 17 years old, still use it all the time. And it's still, I can't believe after, well, I guess 17 years, it still works beautifully. So this isn't the kind of stuff that you're going to be buying again next year. It's something that you'll have for a lifetime. So here's and we'll give it a few minutes. And Judy, if you'll come back to me, I'll show them how easily it will come off. I'll stick it in the freezer for just a minute. And I'm also going to sprinkle some chocolate chips on the top and spread those. It just makes it so yummy. You just add those. And if you've ever tried the espresso chocolate chips, oh my goodness. So the dark chocolate over this, you just can't beat it. So,
all right. Well, you know what? We're going to have to rent Santa's sleigh because I'm going to go to Shauna's to get cake. And then from Shauna's, we're going to go to Linda's for some peanut brittle. And tonight, walnut brittle, right? Walnut.